joy, sadness, anger. Many emotions, positive and negative, overwhelm us on a daily basis depending on the different situations we experience. Depending on the personalities and characters, we will not respond to them in the same way. Some people manage to remain impassive and seem distant from any emotion, while others burst into tears easily or can be described as irascible. However, cursing or insulting should not become a mode of operation. Find out how to learn to manage your emotions. It is important to welcome the emotion and not fight against it, without letting yourself be overwhelmed or controlled by your emotions, negative or positive. In professional, family, or social life, it is indeed sometimes impossible and dangerous to crack, first for oneself, but also for others. Learn to be better at managing your emotions. Self-control refers to the ability to control one's emotions, reactions, and behaviors. It is essential for living in society. It allows you to carry out long-term projects without giving in to the immediate temptation and to resist the outburst of overly strong and impulsive emotions. Several obstacles prevent you from achieving self-mastery, such as fear, doubt, and lack of self-confidence, among others. Several golden rules are valid for achieving this self-control. 1. Sit down and observe your environment, your interlocutors, and identify the moment or context in which you get angry or react to an emotion. Doing this work allows you to analyze the causes of the emotion and to take a step back from the situations that favor them or their triggers. 2. Take action. Once these situations have been analyzed, put yourself back in the context. If, for example, your children never help at home, one evening change one of these behaviors that you are used to having, anger, shouting, threats, and adjust it or replace it with constructive words, proposals for concrete actions, schedule of services, etc. How not to be overwhelmed by your emotions. If you feel like you're going to snap and get angry, some tips can be particularly helpful. Here are a few to implement. 1. Verbalize your anger. This is valid for other emotions such as sadness. It is important to express your dissatisfaction while measuring your words and actions, or avoid anger by reformulating, for example, the words of the other person who may have offended us. A time that avoids the escalation of anger and allows you to calm down internally. 2. Take a deep breath through your stomach. Slow, steady breathing helps lower heart rate and blood pressure physiologically. Mentally, it helps to refocus on oneself and to concentrate on one's interiority. This is one of the principles of mindfulness meditation. You can focus on your belly breathing and fix a specific point. 3. Drink water or wet your face. Drinking a little water or dabbing water on your face helps refresh your thoughts and calm your negative emotions. This gesture also makes it possible to lower the frequency of the heart rate, to reduce the body temperature, and to quench your thirst. It is also a useful decompression chamber before returning to its usual activities. 4. Isolate yourself a little. If anger or a negative emotion overwhelms you, it is sometimes useful to know how to isolate yourself, to get out of the place and/or the context in which it took place, and to take stock. Changing rooms also allows you to change your state of mind, to regain your calm and to make the transition more easily with a more neutral or benevolent emotion. 5. Visualize a pleasant situation or memory. This technique, used in sophrology, is proven during stressful situations like an exam or in the dentist seat, for example. It allows not to give in to panic, to better prepare for a test, but also helps to face a negative emotion. Under the influence of anger or outburst, you can close your eyes or recall a pleasant memory or a holiday image. Practicing a sports activity. There is nothing like sport as a stress relief. Physical activity allows to exercise and relax. The secretion of feel-good hormones, such as endorphins, stimulates well-being. Go for a run, do some boxing, or a fitness session helps to manage one's emotions and to feel better in his body and in his head. Physical activity has no only benefits. Recommended to all. Sport is also beneficial for stabilizing the mood, fighting against depressive states and low morale. 6. Avoid being impulsive. Easier said than done. However, there are small practices that we all know, but that we do not take the time to apply when we have to provide an answer to a situation. Take deep breaths and count to 10. We can tell ourselves that each time we have to answer someone, by email or face-to-face, that we will count to 10 before doing so. There are no set rules. Everyone can do what suits them best. The most important thing is not to be dictated by your emotion of the moment, when it can be negative, to formulate an answer. The simple fact of creating a pause between what creates an emotional discharge in a person and their response makes it possible to regulate and take control of their emotions. 7. Align your goals with your values. You can be more motivated and determined to self-regulate your emotions and actions when you focus on what matters to you. For example, if you value the professional network you create, you can make an effort to strengthen your relationships with your colleagues by getting to know them on a more personal level and by participating in organized events for the teams. Letting your values influence what you want to accomplish can keep you motivated. 8. Build a positive self-image. One of the most important aspects of self-control is training your mind to be more positive. You can create positivity if you celebrate reaching your goals by implementing a personal reward system. The rewards can be equal to the size of your accomplishments, like giving yourself some downtime after spending a lot of time working on a task, or treating yourself to a nice dinner after completing an important project. With this strategy, you can build a positive self-image over time, which can develop a more positive attitude in general. 9. Focus on what improves mood. Whether it is before formulating an answer or starting a meeting, for example for a manager, it is important to focus on the mood in which you are in before taking action. If you are in a negative state of mind or in a bad mood, you are unlikely to do anything productive. If we are going to start a meeting, for example, we should focus on something that improves our mood, like taking the time to go get a coffee or watch a funny video. It is important in the development of self-control to ensure that you work with the right state of mind in order to be as productive as possible, but also to collaborate effectively with others. 10. Avoid refuge behaviors. Refuge behaviors, passivity, aggression, manipulation, can lead to a vicious emotional effect. They must be avoided at all costs if you want to have better self-control. To get out of the trap of aggressiveness, you have to adopt an open attitude. Avoid responding tit for tat, or avoid wanting to always be right. Similarly, passivity can generate a lot of frustration by accumulating the unsaid. We must therefore dare to speak in meetings, to approach others, or even to dare to ask for clarification on certain things that challenge us. As for manipulation, we can get out of it by adopting a positive attitude towards the other and by clearly expressing our feelings and opinions. How do you learn to let go of your emotions? It is important to know how to trust your inner strength and to know yourself. To overcome a crisis, a negative emotion, or solve a complex problem, it is better to master your thought patterns to correct them before the critical moment. Analytical and rational intelligence makes it possible to apprehend a crisis situation. The first step involves taking a step back, observing a situation in a detached way is ideal for learning to analyze and understand the other, their behavior and their interest, and for taking the time to think about their decision, to act without any haste. Taking a step back allows you to visualize the big picture, to keep your calm and your self-confidence. Why not learn to relativize or play down? There is always worse. To do this, give yourself the right to make mistakes and try to adopt positive and benevolent thoughts and emotions. You can also project yourself into the future. Negative feelings, such as fear, anger, or anxiety, are bad counselors that hold back and prevent progress. Self-control is a necessary springboard for any success, whether in private life, studies, exams, or professional life. It is not an innate faculty, but everyone can acquire it and develop it provided they do it well. I propose here a real practical training plan to achieve this self-control. This will focus on oneself that characterizes strong personalities. The method proposed on this site explains how to dominate your emotions, control your instincts, avoid the dispersion of your energy, and focus it on your objectives. You will learn to remain imperturbable in all circumstances, not to let your emotions and feelings show on your face, to dominate your nervousness, or on the contrary, to fight against softness, not to let yourself be influenced by others, to never react on the fly, but after reflection, to make a plan and stick to it, and consequently to acquire a strong personality, to have character, and to reign over your body as well as your mind. If you want to make your life what you have decided it will be, nothing will benefit you more than developing that self-control, which will give you immense possibilities and which will moreover inspire admiration and respect from your surroundings.